This is Humaira Samir, contract lecturer in mechanical engineering. So let us start with the today's class. The subject is industrial management and entrepreneurship, and coming to discussion of the topic is material management, and we are having a subtopic of purchasing materials and procedures. What are the objectives? On completion of this period, we will be able to understand about what are the functions of purchase department, what are the methods of purchasing, what is the purchasing procedure, and how to maintain the records. So, on completion of this PPT, we'll be able to learn about what are the functions of purchase management department, and what are the methods of purchasing, what is the purchasing procedure, to maintain records of available and reliable suppliers, to prepare and update a list of materials required, to place and follow up the purchase orders, to maintain records of all purchase, to act as mediator between vendors and different departments, and to purchase the material at right time and at economical rates. Next, to act as a mediator between vendors and different departments, to purchase the material, at right time and at economic rates, and the supply of materials for continuous production. Next, it ensures to prepare the purchasing budget, and what are the methods of purchasing. So when you have a requirement, you have to purchase it, and purchase for a specific future period. So in future, if you want to give the order, you have to purchase it, and you have to see the market value, and then you have to purchase it, and you have to see the speculative situation, and you have to purchase it. So depending upon your contract, if you have got a contract and you have to produce it in a bulk, you have to purchase it. And next, if it is the product is available in the central, then central purchase organization. So what is a purchase by requirement? So purchase will be made when the job is in hand, and the required quantity of material is purchased. Next, suitable for small industries. It is suitable for small industries. And what are its advantages? Market fluctuations will not affect costing. Okay, what are the advantages of purchasing by requirement? Market fluctuations will not affect costing. Small storage space, less inventory carrying cost. Next, the disadvantages. Selling price will be higher, the profits will be limited, and sudden demands cannot be fulfilled. And materials are purchased in bulk for specific future period, and standard items which are in regular use are purchased. And the advantages: less working capital, less storage, less least effect on market fluctuations. Market purchase: raw materials are purchased when available at low price, and procured in bulk quantities, and it is suitable in case of goods involving major fluctuations. suitable in case of goods involving major fluctuations, examples jute, cotton. Next, purchasing is done in lots, distribution cost is less, production will be continuous, and bargaining power will be more. What are the disadvantages? So, large space is required as you are purchasing the market and storing it. If the market topples, there is a big loss, and the capital requirement is very more. Speculative purchasing. Purchases are made not according to requirement. So purchases are made in excess of actual requirement, so that if there will be a greater demand in future, then to sell the excess when the cost goes up. Okay, next, what are the advantages? More profits if demand increases, production will be more. And disadvantages: more capital is required, more storage space is required. If speculation goes wrong, heavy losses will be there. Next, contract purchasing. Firm enters into a contract at an agreed rate. So generally the period of contract will be for 2 to 3 years. Review and cancellation of contract is possible with advance notice. Example, big iron and all. So what is the contract purchasing? Advantages: avoid searching of suppliers, and it avoids keeping out of stocks, not affected by market fluctuations. Disadvantages: supply may not be regular, affects production, disputes may arise with supplier. And what is the central purchasing? Large industries may have section wise stores, and a central purchase organization makes all purchase and distributes to section wise stores. What are the advantages? Strict control and check if is possible, direct dealings with manufacturers. What is the central purchasing? Disadvantages: delay in getting materials from central store to section stores. Purchasing procedure: decide the exact quantity that is required and its specification. Prepare a list of reliable suppliers. Urgently required materials of small amount purchased locally. And it invites tenders mentioning terms and conditions, date and time. Purchasing procedure: prepare a comparative statement of rates, collect the samples from lowest quoted firm, and place the purchase order for lowest quotation. They send the purchase order copy to stores, accounts, and inspection department. Then after receiving the material, carry out the inspection. If found satisfactory, let us discuss the word marketing. What is the marketing? The objective should be one only. What is the objective of? So what is the marketing? What are the market conditions? So let us see. Let us discuss in detail about the marketing. So give two examples of marketing. What factors do you consider when you want to buy a TV in the market? So first is the color, we'll say, and is a place of trade, business, and where products are exchanged by money or anything else. So type of market based on the location, for example village or rural market, local market, or national or international market, depending upon the place or location, national and international market. Next, based on the articles of trade, for example billion, cotton, based on the exchange dealings like product, cash. Based on nature of goods, for example consumer goods, engineering goods, based on the period, 1 year to short term, long term, based on sales magnitude. For example, retail, wholesale. Definition. Definition of an market. It is an activity involved in the flow of goods and services to a customer. So it is an activity involved in the flow of goods and services to a customer. It is an activity directed at customer satisfaction. It is an activity directed at customer satisfaction. It is an activity aimed at customer behavior. It includes the techniques and methods. So what is a marketing concept? See here, customer. Customer will first see the engineering department. Customer is related to the engineering department. Why engineering department? In order to make a design and in order to develop the product. Next, customer is related to the production. Production is nothing but you have to procure the material. Then the supply chain, like it goes on, raw material to finished product. Next, service. Customer is related to the service and distribution. Contact center, contact wherever you have to do the service, you have to contact the center. Next, logistics is nothing but connecting companies at the different places. Next, customer is related to the marketing and sales. So he have to uh, see the product promotion, and he have to do the market research. If you whenever you go and buy a some value or electronic device, what will do, you will do a market search, then you come on and what then you come to an agreement, and then you do whatever you want, either to buy or either to buy in second hand, either to purchase a new one. Points for discussion. So is marketing an art of science? Why marketing becomes issue of main concern to producers and sellers, and differentiate between marketing. What are the exchange functions? Buying, assembling, selling, and what are the supply functions? Transportation, storage, facilitating functions, financing, pricing, risk taking, standardization, advertising, and sales promotion. Buying is procurement of materials for the business on the basis of price and quality of the product, raw materials, semi finished products. Buying. Marketing helps in purchasing, right time of materials, right quality materials, all right time from right persons. Assembly is a function where components are assembled. Okay. Next, assembly. What is an assembly? Is a function where components are assembled to form the final product. For example, an electric motor and engine. Next, marketing helps to ensure proper assembling of components for alignment, dimensional tolerance, final fit, outbox. Selling. What is a sell? It is an important function of marketing. It is a process through which goods and services flow to market, and it makes goods and services available to the consumer. Best selling strategies increase profits. What is the transportation? Okay, let us see the transportation. Transportation is nothing but a physical movement of goods from factory to market. A good transportation system provides prompt and quick service to the customer, and it reduces transport cost, increases storage. Is a process of keeping goods in perfect state until they flow to market, and marketing designs storage facilitating and ensures the quality of goods during preservation, and finished products are kept at places like stores, godowns, etc. What is the financing? Financing is arranged by marketing department to the agencies for various activities for the goods in transport, to the credit transactions, to get the feedback from customers. What is the pricing? Marketing department determines price of the product. Price depends on the product quality, demand, package, durability. Marketing department determines price of the product, and a marketing department ensures the material product against the following market risks: change of prices, time risk, place risk, change of demand, competition. Marketing ensures the material products against other risks like rain, wind, fire, earthquakes, accidents, strikes, new taxes, etc. What is this standardization? Standards are set with regard to the product size, shape, color, design, material. It is an application of standards. Calls for interchangeability of product. Grading. Marketing divides products by grading. It divides products according to their size, quality, character, shape, outlook. For example, fruits, grains, eggs, cars, TV, motors, vehicles, etc. Branding. What is a brand? Brand name consists of a word, symbol, number. Marketing involves in establishing a brand name to the product. Example: Nokia, LG, Samsung, Hyundai, Nike, Yamaha, Honda, etc. These are all the brands of the vehicles, and easy for a customer to distinguish the product. Branding. So, brand values is nothing but it gives you the sales promotion. What is an advertising? Advertising is an art of communicating the quality of the product to the customer, and it is a mass selling technique, is informative and educative, and advertising helps customer what to buy, and advertising creates goodwill and image to form. It helps. So let us discuss about the market conditions. What is the point of discussions in the market conditions? Let us see. What difference would you find in buying vegetables? What difference would you find in buying vegetables in the market and in buying a computer? So, according to the rate of competition, marketing conditions are of three types. One is monopoly, second is oligopoly, third is the perfect competition. Monopoly. It is a market controlled by a single and a largest seller, and it holds a market share of more than 75%. It creates artificial demand to increase prices and earn super profits. Lowers price as a matter of public interest. Oligopoly. Market is controlled by a few sellers. These few sellers hold a market share of nearly 90% and penetrate the market So now let us discuss about the oligopoly. Market is controlled by a few sellers, and these few sellers hold a market share of nearly 90%, and they penetrate the market with reduced prices and huge profits, and form into the groups and create artificial demand. The entry by other firms is very difficult, and at times government can interfere to reduce prices. The competition is imperfect. And what are the examples of oligopoly? Like steel manufacturers, aluminium manufacturers, car manufacturers, cement manufacturers, computer manufacturers. What is a perfect competition? Is a condition where market is controlled by many sellers, and no brand value of product exists, and its supplies exceeds demand, and almost same quality is maintained by all. High quality goods are available at low prices, and the competition is perfect. Example stock. So let us see the difference between the monopoly, oligopoly, and the perfect competition. So monopoly is very few sellers, and oligopoly gives you the few sellers, and perfect competition gives you more sellers. And a monopoly sells quality goods with brand name. Oligopoly sells quality goods with reduced prices, and a perfect competition sells with minimum and cutthroat prices. So, who is a monopoly more profits, and oligopoly gives you above normal profits, and perfect competition gives you minimum profits. And monopoly they creates artificial demand. Why? Because only 1% leads the market, and oligopoly creates a artificial demand by controlling by the government, and the perfect competition cannot create artificial demand. So sellers market. Product is an essential commodity, and a good quality satisfying the buyer. Consumers are loyal to the supplier. Next, no rival competitor in the market. A monopolistic market. Any new and innovative product, electronic device, a new cell phone. What is a buyer's market? So there is a competition is encountered there, and no patent goods. Competition can be overcome by lowering the prices. Partially oligopolistic market. What is the difference between the seller's market and the buyer's market? Seller's market, seller is a boss, and a buyer is a boss. Buyers are more and sellers are limited. Sellers are more. Whereas in seller's market, demand is created by artificial shortage. Whereas in the buyer's market, demand is less and cannot be created. Seller is called bear, and buyer is called a bull. And the competition is imperfect in the seller market. In buyer's market, the competition is perfect because everyone wants to buy the same product. हेरा माहिन दोनों अंदर आओ, धूप है फुल. माहिरा माहिन. On completion of this, we'll be able to know the demand survey, how to conduct it, and let us. What is the point of discussion here? So, how will you know the demand for the following product at your place, like a two-wheelers and a bathing soap? What is a demand survey? It is a kind of data related to demand and supply of particular product, and essential for an entrepreneur to decide the product, and carried out for formulating a project. Estimates for producing required quantity at right time. What is a demand survey? It enables the entrepreneur to estimate the future demand of a particular product, for a specific period in a particular market. For example, baby products, slippers, clothes, etc. The following information. So, on as we were discussing the market conditions as oligopoly, monopoly, and here let us discuss about the feasibility study. What are the uses of feasibility study, and what is the market study? What is a feasibility study? A systematic method adopted to find out the possibility. A systematic method adopted to find out the possibility and practicability of starting a project, to determine the scale of operation and the size of unit with regard to market and resource position. A first tool for the entrepreneur for deciding the project to be undertaken. Next, feasibility study report contains specific estimates of project cost, means of financing, availability of raw materials, capital market, etc., production costs, sales revenue. What are the uses of conducting feasibility study? To make an investment decision, to work out the economics of production, to estimate the profitability of the venture, to know the break even analysis. It is conducted by entrepreneurs, industrial consultants, development organizations. What are the aspects of the feasibility study? It comprises of market survey, demand survey, product and production analysis, input analysis, plant location, technical evaluation, economic evaluation, financial viability. What is a market survey? The first step of feasibility study is market survey. It is a process of collecting data from the market, and it provides the following information about the proposed product: present and previous demands, rate of growth in demand, price, and demand supply gap. Market survey provides the information about satisfaction of the customer with the existing products, customers' unsatisfied needs, customer attitudes towards various products, methods of distribution, sales promotion, government policies, socio-economic characteristics of buyers. What are the uses of market survey? Market survey is conducted to know the other competitors, to induce confidence in entrepreneur, to make investments, to discover new market opportunities, to fix the sales price, to accelerate sales. What are the uses of market survey? Market survey is conducted to predict the changes in market, to reveal the customer requirement, taste, purchasing capacity, preferences for a brand, buying motives, habits. What are the limitations of market survey? High expenditure, bias in collecting primary information, unpredictable human behaviors. Steps involved in market survey are you have to identify a product, selection of a product, defining the target group, and determining a sample size, and preparing a questionnaire. So what are the points for discussion? If we will prepare a questionnaire to conduct the market survey for a new ballpoint pen. What are the detergent soap? What are the steps involved in market survey? First, we have to do the field force, recruitment of trained field force. Next, organization of field work we have to do. Then we have to do the scrutiny and computation of data, and analysis of the data you have to do, interpretation of data we have to do. What are the objectives of this PPT is completion of this period. We will be able to understand what is a demand survey, how to conduct the demand survey, what are the points of discussion, how will you know the demand for the following product at your place. First is the two-wheelers, second is the bathing soaps. Demand survey. It is a kind of data. It is a kind of data related to demand and supply of a particular product, carried out for formulating a project. And what are the essential for an entrepreneur to decide the product, and estimates for producing required quantity at right time. A demand survey enables the entrepreneur to estimate the future demand of a particular product for a specific period in a particular market. For examples, baby products, slippers, clothes, etc. What is a demand survey? The following information is collected. First, demand in the past and present, price statistics. Next, consumers' behavior. Next, supply and competition. And methods of distribution, sales, promotion. Demand survey helps to plan a suitable production policies as per the product. It reduces cost of raw material, reduces cost of inventory, evolve suitable price policies. What is a demand survey? Helps to set sales targets, forecast the short and long term financial requirements, determine the plant size, determine manpower requirements. What is a product analysis? It determines consumer preferences of the product, carried out after product is identified. SISI helps, small scale industries help, and the following factors are considered for the selection of product. First is import policy of the government, then whether he or his partners have enough experience or not, either it is a profitability or not. Next, incentives and concessions by government, and a technical know-how. Uh, what is a product analysis? It describes the product specification, uses based on which the following can be done. What are the advantages of it? Selection of based on which the following can be done is selection of machinery, and equipment, raw materials availability and utility, estimation of the product cost, selection of manufacturing process, and product development. So these all things are inspected for the product analysis. Next, what are the advantages? It enables the development of a new product or redesign of existing product. It facilitates the task of quality improvement, helps in price determination, and it facilitates simplification and standardization. What is product analysis? It is used to identify various manufacturing process, is selecting the best suited manufacturing process, helps to select the type of production, for example batch or mass, etc. Decides the plant layout, for example process layout, product layout. So if we have given a mechanical component as a bolt and a nut, We have to observe the various features of the product from point to point and is analysis and production analysis. First, selection of technology. Like factors are to be considered are principal is input, plant capacity, how how much it can manufacture. Next, investment outlay, product mix, product production cost, latest development. What is the difference between product analysis and production analysis? Product analysis is about product specification, uses. Production analysis is about production analysis is about specifications, uses. Production analysis is about various manufacturing process types of production. Let us see a review. Let us see a review of the marketing. Market is a place of trade, a business where the products are exchanged by money or anything else. And type of market, it is based on the location. For example, village, rural, local, national, international. And based on the articles of trade, example bullion, cotton. Based on the exchange dealings like product, cash. What are the types of markets? Based on nature of goods, example consumer goods, engineering goods. Based on the period, for example short term, long term. Based on sales magnitude, for example retail and wholesale. Marketing, it is an activity involved in the flow of goods and services to a customer. It is an activity involved It is an activity involved in the flow of goods and services to a customer. It is an activity directed at customer satisfaction, and it also is an activity aimed at customer behavior. Concept of the marketing, as we have discussed all this. What is the marketing functions? You can exchange the goods by buying it or by assembling it or by selling it. Supply functions, either transportation, either storage. So facilitating functions, financing, pricing, risk taking, standardization, advertising and sales promotion. So what is a buying? Buying is nothing but procurement of materials for the business on the basis of price and quality of the product. Raw materials, semi-finished products. Buying. Marketing helps in purchasing right type of materials, right quality materials at right time from right persons. Assembling, it is a function of Assembling is a function where components are assembled to form the final product. For example, electric motor engine. Such components may be marketing helps to ensure proper assembling of components for alignment, dimensional tolerance, final fit, outbox. Selling. It is an important function of marketing, and it is a process of next. Selling is a process through which goods and services flow to market and makes goods and services available to the customer. And the best selling strategies are transportation, nothing but a physical movement of goods from factory to market. And a good transportation system provides prompt and a quick service, reduces transport cost, increases demands. Storage is nothing but a process of keeping goods in a perfect state. They will follow to market. And marketing design storage facilitating and ensures the quality of goods. Finished goods are kept at places like stores, godowns, etc. Financing. Financing is arranged by marketing department to the agencies for various activities for the goods in transport to the credit transactions. Pricing. Marketing department determines price of the product. Depends on the product quality, demand, package, durability. And marketing department determines price of the product. Marketing department evolve a fixing of the price policy. Risk taking. Marketing department ensures the material product against the falling market risks. So you have to change the prices, time risk, then place risk, then change of demand, then competition. Then marketing ensures the material or products against other risks like rain, wind, fire, earthquakes, accidents, strikes, new taxes, etc. Standardization. What is a standardization? Standards are set with regard to product size, shape, color, design, material is an application of standards. Calls for interchangeability of products. Helps customer to select a product. Grading. How you will give the grade. So marketing divides product by grading, like A grade, B grade, C, D. It divides products according to their size, quality, character, feature, shape, outlook. For example, fruits, grains, eggs, cars, TV, motor, etc. Branding. Brand name consists of a word, symbol, number. Marketing involves in establishing a brand name to the product. For example, Nokia, LG, Samsung, Hyundai, Nike, Yamaha, Honda, etc. What is a branding? See here, brand values, publicity and DR, media advertising, direct response, sales promotions, direct marketing, packaging, point of sale, and event marketing. So how you will do the advertising is it is an art of communicating the quality of the product to the customer. It is a mass selling technique, is informative and educative, helps customer what to buy, creates goodwill and image to form, helps to improve sales.